Okay, I am going to backtrack a little bit here on this. If you haven't already, earlier in the instructions, it talked about the attachment strips. And the attachment strips are just two little strips that you would sew together so far right now on the short sides, turn them so that they're right side out like this, and just pressed flat. So you've got a seam here. You probably can't see it that well. Right there. You got a seam here on this side, as well as the seam on the other side of the pillow. Right there. And so those are going to be what attach the pillow itself to the mat. So, and this, hopefully you can see better now by turning it like that. This looks a lot better like that. So you can see that the attachment strip is inside this seam right here. So we've got the boxing strip here, and then you've got the layers like that. There's the attachment strips inside, and then you have the actual pillow face there together, and they create that little sandwich. And like I said, you're going to line up that center mark on the boxing strip with the center mark for the attachment strips, and then you're going to take and sew those together with a pillow face. And then, like I said, kind of you might have to stretch it or ease it or whatever in order to get it so that it doesn't take. Every fabric kind of, works a little the same. Most of the 100% cotton will, be pretty easy as far as that goes. But if you've chosen to use something else like a poly blend or something, it may have a little more, like I said, easing or stretching or whatever to kind of get that in. But then you're just going to take and stitch all that along. And what that's going to do is take and attach. That'll actually attach it to the pillow itself, to the attachment strip, but the attachment strip won't be attached to the mat just yet. So once you get all that done, you'll have basically sewn it, like I said, complete. And that's why you're going to want that little pocket, like I said, that you leave the zipper down so that you can turn it right side out and take a look at it, make sure everything looks good. The one thing that you're most unlikely to see, if you've stitched too far, you'll get puckering at your corners here. Like if you didn't snip it enough or whatever, you'll get a little puckering at the corners. So you just want to watch that. If you clipped it too close, you'll have a hole right there at the corner, and you'll want to go back in and restitch that. So to make sure that that's laying out the way it's supposed to. But basically, that's going to allow, and it looks a lot better when it's pressed. I'm sorry, I just rewashed this one, and so it's a little wrinkly like that. But basically, that's what that boxing does, is you're going to see those seams lined up there. It's going to create, like I said, this corner where we clipped it, and you can see where we bent the fabric around it. And then the fabric, this becomes, let me see here. Then you've got this long edge here, like I said, that we just sewed. That was the top. Here's the other short side there that we matched the seams to. And then, of course, like I said, the bottom is where we have the attachment strips. The attachment strips do not go all the way to the corners. There was no need to. So, so they're actually going to be short of that, which is why we used a center seam. If you wanted to, I guess there's no reason not to do it. But anyway, as it was designed or whatever, those attachment strips do not go all the way to the corners. They're about a couple inches short of that, like I said, which is why we use that center mark to kind of make sure that we got it aligned the way we wanted it to be. So basically that's what's going to get your pillow put together, and then we'll kind of get you going there as far as getting your pillow ready to go and soon to be attached.